Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. I'd like to say hello to Isla from Royal Oak, Michigan. Hello to Ias and Anaya from Dubai. Hello to Dustin. Hello to Scotland. Hello to Rachel Guo. And hello to Freya from New Zealand. I'd like to say happy belated birthday to Akanksha Charlie, who turned 22 on November 26th. Happy belated birthday to Raid Hadawi, who turned 7 on November 27th. Happy birthday to Hannah from Salt Lake City, Utah, who is turning 8 on November 28th. Happy birthday to Wesley from Oregon, who is turning 9 on November 29th. Happy birthday to Ziggy, who is turning 6 on December 1st. And happy birthday to Micaiah, who is turning 10 on December 1st. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you had a wonderful day. Shoutouts and birthday wishes are one way we give thanks to our supporters. If you would like to support us and receive more bedtime entertainment like this, all ad-free, please visit our support page at sleeptightstories.org/support. Thank you. Sadira has gotten the first artifact on PEI, but has realized that there is no way for her to take it back with her. She eats the ice cream and starts to look for more artifacts. She asks another elder where she can find these, but when she gets to the next recommended place, she leaves in a hurry, not feeling very well. Sadira visits Prince Edward Island, Part 2. Sadira was walking down the street, stopping every few steps to eat a spoonful of caramel macchiato ice cream from her bowl. Each bite required her full attention, as her mouth felt like it was coming alive as the ice cream melted in her mouth. Cows here are really special. I never thought that they could produce such wonderfully tasting delicacies, she said just loud enough so that another local elder walking by looked at her like she was from outer space. She quickly came to another street full of people sitting in chairs at tables eating all manner of things that Sadira could not recognize. Having finished her last bite of ice cream, she wondered what she was supposed to do with her bowl now that it was finished. Should I go back to the ice cream shop and return it so that it can be reused? She wondered to herself. On her station, everything was recycled or reused. She approached a young local with hair similar to hers and asked, "Would you like to reuse my ice cream bowl?" Looking at her strangely, the girl pointed at a large nearby container and said a bit gruffly, "No, but you can put it in the garbage over there." Walking over to the container, Sadira looked in. Oh my, this is full of yucky stuff. I can't put it in there. Do people here really just leave their garbage lying around in containers? Maybe I can use this bowl as my record of my trip. That's what I will do. It isn't an ideal artifact, as surely there is more to represent this culture than an empty ice cream bowl, she thought. Just then, the shirt that she was wearing formed a large pocket on the side, where she could put her bowl and spoon. After placing it inside, it closed around it as she started to walk down the street. I don't see anything here that I can take back to the group and Alara to represent this culture. I see lots of strange foods, and interesting clothes, but neither of those will do. There was music playing which made Sadira feel happy, and she felt like dancing. When she was home, she always liked to dance to music. Sometimes when her mother was home from an expedition, she would join in. And other times, it would be just her mother and father dancing together. She couldn't dance here in front of all these people, as she didn't want to draw attention to herself. So, Sadira held up her hand and the sleeve formed a microphone and recorded the music that was being played by a group of people on a stage. This is a good example, but I think I need physical artifacts. Maybe I should ask another local person where I might find the relevant items. Seeing a local elder sitting by herself drinking some kind of disgusting-looking dark liquid, she walked up and asked, "Please, may I ask you a question?" Setting down her drink and the pad that she was holding, the local elder responded, "Sure thing. What can I help you with?" "I am looking for some local artifacts to take back to, home with me to share with others." Looking at Sadira curiously, she responded, "I guess you must be a visitor from far away. Where do you come from?" "Yes, I am visiting from very, very far away," replied Sadira, not knowing what else to say. "Oh, okay. I know that some tourists love to take back some lobster with them if they can. And there are plenty of craft shops along this street and a couple streets down from here where you might find some trinkets." "Lobster is an interesting word," Sadira replied. "Where might I find this lobster?" "There is a restaurant on the corner of Water and Prince that you could try. It's very popular with many visitors, and they will send the lobster home for you, I think." "Oh, and what is the corner of Water and Prince?" If you just take a right turn right here," she said, pointing in the direction Sadira should follow, "and then take another left turn at the bottom of the road, you can't miss it." "Thank you. I must leave you now," Sadira said as she started walking in the direction that was given to her. As Sadira was walking down the road towards Lobster, she noticed groups of people following a flag, stopping to listen to someone talking while looking in all directions. She noted all the curious architecture, including high, pointy spires from one building that seemed to reach up to the sky. "I wonder if the tall, pointy things on top of this structure are some kind of ancient communication device." After a brief walk, she arrived at a corner shop that her translator told her said lobster. Walking in the front door, she was greeted by a local elder who asked, "Are you looking for a table for one, or will more people be joining you?" "I am not looking for a table. I was hoping to find some lobster to take back to where I come from." "Oh, I see," the local elder replied. "Well, if you follow me, I'll show you our lobster tank, and we can prepare as many as you'd like to take with you, or have delivered if you prefer." Walking back to the rear of the room, Sadira saw the tank and its inhabitants. She stood there in shock. "Radira, is that you?" she said out loud. "How could this be?" she thought. "One of these lobsters looks just like Radira, one of her friends on the station, just much, much smaller. I don't think Radira would like being kept inside a tank." "Are you okay, young lady?" the local elder asked. "You look like you are turning a little green." "Oh, my embarrassment must be showing," Sadira thought. I'm okay. I think I just need a little bit of fresh air." Sadira quickly exited the shop and started walking down the street. perplexed at how close in appearance lobsters were to her friend. As she walked, her clothes reminded her that she had already been on Earth for 2 hours, and that if she didn't hurry, she would risk not being back on the station before anyone else, particularly Ozell. As she walked past a storefront, her shirt pulled at her and she stopped. The store sign said souvenirs, which her translator said was roughly equivalent to local artifacts. Finally, she thought, perhaps this is where I will find something suitable for this assignment. She walked into the store and looked around at all the different items on display. It was like walking inside a museum. Thinking she looked a bit lost, a local elder came up to her and asked, "Is there something I can help you find?" "I think so," Sadira replied. "I am looking for an artifact that best represents the living local culture." "Oh, finding a souvenir like that will be quite a challenge." "Well, over here we have some coffee mugs made by local artisans. Here we have some art prints and mittens for winter. And finally, here are some glass containers filled with local red sand." Pointing to a mug in the shape of a girl with red hair, Sadira said, "This looks very interesting. Is this girl on the mug a princess or something?" "Not quite," the local elder laughed. "That is a character from a story that is written about our little island." "Oh, then this has great cultural significance. I would like to have it." Taking it over to the cash register, the local elder said, "Would you like it gift wrapped?" No thanks. Can I just take it now?" Sadira asked. "First you need to pay and then you are free to take it," the local elder said, laughing. Sadira raised her hand and her clothes paid for the mug. Sadira then bowed and walked out the door. Calling behind her, the local elder said, "Enjoy your stay on Prince Edward Island." Distracted, Sadira didn't notice a young local speeding up to her on a floating board of some type. When she did see him, not knowing the rules for such an encounter, she swerved left and then right. And then he ran right into her, causing the mug to slip out of her hands and fall to the ground. It broke. The young local said, I'm sorry. My father always tells me to be careful, but I guess I wasn't." "It's okay, young local. I am fine." His face very red with embarrassment, he quickly sped off on his floating wooden board. Sadira sat down on a step, feeling very sad for herself. A broken artifact just wouldn't do, and all these delays meant she might not arrive before the others in her group. Just as she was about to get up and go to buy another artifact from the store, a little young local came up to her and asked, "Why are you so sad?" "I'm not really sad. I am disappointed that I have not been very successful in getting an artifact to bring back to where I come from." "Well, I don't know what an artifact is, but I see that your mug is broken. But there are many more you can choose from if you like." "Thank you, young local. I might go get another." "Why is this so important to you?" the curious young girl asked. "I need to bring back to my home the most authentic artifact that represents your local culture, and I don't have very much time." "Well, my mother always tells me to be patient, that good things take time. And hasn't anyone told you that the greatest thing about my home is not a mug or the other stuff, well, except for the ice cream, but the people? And getting to know people takes time," the young girl said. "Are all young locals as smart as you?" Sadira asked. No, I don't think so. My teacher says I am very smart. My mommy and daddy think so too, so I think I might be the smartest. So, maybe I need to come back and stay longer, Sadira thought aloud. I think you can, the little girl replied. Can I take a picture with you? Maybe this is what I can take back to share, that I met the smartest young local. What better artifact of local culture could there be? And maybe then I can come back and learn more. Sounds like a good idea. We can take a picture together, but I have to ask my mother first. Mom, can this older girl with green hair take my picture? Hi there. Sure you can. She is pretty cute in her Anne of Green Gables costume. She wears it every weekend. Do you want me to take the picture for you? The mother asked. No, that's okay. It's a special camera. Sadira held up her hand, and the sleeves of her top grew to cover her hand and form a camera of sorts. Cool. Is this the latest gadget? The young girl asked with a sparkle in her eyes. Something like that. After the picture was taken, the little girl dressed as Anne of Green Gables waved goodbye, and Sadira sat for a moment. That little girl is so smart. It's not the artifacts that we collect that best represent the places we visit, but the people that we meet. This is what I will take back to the group. Sadira then got up and began the short walk to her pod, and from there, the long journey back to her station. And that is the end of this part. Good night. Sleep tight.